Hello everyone. So we're back down the pit again. Like we said from the end of our last video, if you've watched that with me and Tommy, knew I was going to come back for a couple of hours of Wednesday evenings. We got a bit of bait out Sunday. Wind's still pushing down to where we were. It's not quite as blowing as what it was. So I don't know if that would have held them there. Doubt there was enough bait to hold them in the swim for a couple of days, but it gave them an option of grabbing around for some particle mix. So we've not seen anything. There's a few other anglers on sort of controlling the middle of the lake, so there's not really much access to that. One of them has just gone off of the point swim, so if we get a chance, we will, if we see anything over there, we'll move around. Now, this is going to be a slightly different style of video, I think, to how we're going to end up doing me and Tommy's stuff. This will be a lot more just me sitting down, chatting about fishing and life, really, so could be interesting. Could not be, but yeah, there'll be some solo sessions thrown in here, just as I do my evenings. I can try and do through till the end of like autumn time when the clocks probably change, and then it's setting up, coming out in the night and the cold after work. It's just too much hassle. It's been not a rush to get here this evening, but you do sort of feel pressure to get rods in the water. I know they say that there's like 5 minutes in the right place is better than 5 hours in the wrong, but you know what we're all like, really. We just want to get the rods in the water as quick as we can. Even if we're in the wrong place, at least we feel like we're fishing. And I'm sure there's many people out there that do exactly the same as me. I mean, I don't profess to being a professional angler in the slightest, so I have a fairly basic knowledge of everything. I do a lot of all-round fishing. Don't really tend to do much predator fishing, but I do a lot of feeder fishing, float fishing. I love my surface fishing, but that seems to have been killed by seagulls unless you feed 6 loaves of bread into the swim beforehand, get them all fed off. Yeah, so we're going to sort of chill out, watch the water for a bit, see what happens. We've probably got, I'd say till just after dark, I reckon is probably when I'm going to pack up. I feel like I've done a lot of day fishing down here recently, and all the bites seem to have come early morning from the people I've been speaking to that have done the night. So unfortunately, I'm not really in a position to do overnight sessions in work days. It's just not possible. With getting the kids ready for school in the mornings and stuff, I'd have to be off the lake too early, and I'm not very good at getting up early. So we're going to stick to just doing the evenings. I can still go home, still get to bed at reasonable hour, be there for the kids in the morning. So probably going to pop the stove on and have a pot noodle in a minute as a little snack. I've got dinner for later when I get home, but I'm starving after a day at work, so we'll have a little snack and we'll come back to you in a bit. So yeah, the aim of the channel was to really, Tommy really wanted to do this. It was something he's always said about, is doing a YouTube channel, and he wants to showcase how much he enjoys his fishing. And it got me thinking, like, when I was at college years and years ago, I did filmmaking as my, like, not degree, but you know, instead of sixth form. So I knew a little bit about editing and things like that, but I mean, we did that on VHS tapes, not VHS, but the little tapes, and it's come a long way since then, and the bar is high. So I don't know if the production values will be up to where we want them to start with, but we want to just showcase us having fun, spending time together, making those memories, the same as I did with my dad when I was little. And we haven't got photos of that. What photos we do have are lost in photo boxes. They're all obviously printed ones well before digital cameras and the ability to film on your phone, things like that. So I want to make those, get those memories, get them logged, just show that you can spend quality time outdoors together and enjoy it, really enjoy the time together. I hope that we get to do this for many years. I hope we get to film different adventures, go on holidays to other places, fish different countries, fish for different species, different areas of our country as well. There's loads of places I haven't fished that I'd love to have a go on. I'd like to take him up to the River Wye with me at some point and just go barbel fishing up there, because I've done that a few times with mates, and that is incredible fun. Like, just a stunning river to fish, and I think he'd really enjoy that. So yeah, it's really just about making Tommy happy, getting him to experience a lot of different parts of fishing, a bit of nature, see the wildlife, see the different types of lakes and stuff that we get to fish, and hopefully just sort of give everyone that happy, warm feeling it gives me, really. One thing you are going to notice with me is I do ramble a lot, so hopefully you can bear with me. Right, so we've succumbed to put the kettle on for the pot noodle. Should be boiled up in a minute. Gone with the classic chicken and mushroom. Love a bit of that. That's a staple of many a fisherman's diets. I know it has been for mine. I tend to try and cook something proper when I'm on the bank for a long session, but that I can just chuck in the bag, bring a little bottle of water, and the kettle and stove are already in my bag, so that's fine. Kettle's nearly boiled. One thing I do want to show you is this chair that I bought. So this is bought off Amazon. They call it a camper low beach chair, and it's just like the ones that you get from the fishing tackle companies, so like Fox, Solar and all that. It looks exactly the same, apart from it's not carpy green or camo. I think they did a green one actually, but I quite like the grey. I bought it because I can just trap it. Oop, kettle's boiled. I can just stick it on my bag, on the side of my bag with the retention straps, and it's when I'm walking around, it's just one less thing to have in my hands rather than like a big bulky chair. It's just strapped to the bag, ready to go. So it means the only thing I'm really missing now is like a lightweight shelter or brolly that I can just bring along on these evening sessions. So if it is raining, I haven't got to worry about getting wet. Oh, little show just out there. Is that a show or is that someone casting out? Not 100% sure. Someone else is just turning up as well. So we're going to make the pot noodle, crack on with that, and we'll catch you in a minute. Oh yeah, so we've probably been at the lake about 2 hours now, fishing for about an hour and a half. We are still not seeing anything. Not seeing anyone catch anything. Not seeing anything jump. Finished the pot noodle though, so that's a bonus. Like I said, don't really know how long I'm going to fish for. Probably into darkness. Got to just see if we see anything, try and get a bit of an idea of what's going on at the lake at the moment, because I don't think it's been fishing particularly productively. Towards the end of last year, in the autumn, sort of autumn time, it was, you could get a couple of fish out if you come down for a day, or like a 24, but I think it's been quite hard going for a lot of people recently, so we'll see how it goes. I thought they'd be in this bay this week. Like with the wind pushing down and the warmer weather, I just thought that's where they're going to be. It's where they get. I've seen the wind hacking in here and them over here before. Oh, something just showed out there. It's not really in my water. I think that's in that guy's water. But yeah, we might have a little chuck at it in a bit. This is the time of night where I think they start to show normally. Just as it's getting dark, you normally see a few just before the sun goes down, then you hear them crashing all night. But sometimes it can be quite hard to place where they are when they're crashing at night. Also, I'm not set up for doing the night. I've got work in the morning, as I've said already. So we won't be here all night, but we will definitely do a bit into the darkness. See how we get on. It's not as easy as they make it look in some of these videos, is it? Like I've watched a lot of fishing videos. I quite enjoy them. Enjoy all of them. They're all very well made. Much better than I could do at the moment. But, you know, practice makes never perfect, but better. And you forget how much they cut out. How much of the sitting around and waiting they cut out of these things to show like the action, which I get it because I watch it for the fish they catch and the action. Some of them tell good stories. Fish with Carl, very good. I watch all of his videos, absolutely love them. There's another one jump out there as well. They're only little. I don't even know if they're carp, to be honest. They might be little bream or roach or something. But it's fish, so like, you know, it's better than nothing. Someone's alarms are making a lot of noise. Where was that? That sounded closer. Can't see. Don't know where that was. Don't even know if it was a fish. But it was a splash, and it was closer to where I am than what the ones I saw out there were. So that's a bonus. Maybe we are in the right spot. We just got to wait until the feeding time. But yeah, I've caught in the day before, but not recently. So hoping the evening sessions might just give us a chance to nick a couple of bites off here. There's a potential of a PB out of here if we get the right fish. From what I've heard. Don't know. I've never actually seen a picture of the big one out of here. But I've heard the stories, as you all do. It's massive. Got to be pushing £40. Probably isn't. But I would comfortably say there's got to be a 30 or two in here. My PB is £30 and an ounce or something like that, as weighed by the bailiff on the water. I made him do it rather than me because I knew it was a fairly big fish. That was a January fishing session down at Green Acres in Bindon on their Specie Lake. I just turned up for the day, and the lake that they normally don't do that, but they used to do it on their like mixed fishery lake. And I just turned up. I was like, "Can I go on there?" And they're like, "Oh, that one's a bit that you can do, but Specie 1's completely free," or whatever it was called. So I went on there. Bailiff showed me where all the fish had been holding up. Fish for the day, got one bite, and it was my PB at £30 and an ounce or something like that. So yeah, that was quite a while ago. I haven't had a fish anywhere near that big recently. Our biggest in the last year or so is about 23. So there's always a chance of a new PB here, which is why I want to fish it. I want to fish this, get that sort of 30-pounder out the way, and then concentrate through the summer of getting like a load of fishing done with me and Tommy. Start fishing some of the other lakes, see what's in there. We want to have a go. There's one lake that's got catfish in that no one's managed to catch in years. It's only got like one big one in it. There's loads of little kittens, but then there's one big one in it. So we want to have a go at that. Tommy's desperate to catch catfish. And they do fight hard. It's quite a snaggy lake, so they get away. Normally they just take people to the snags and snap them off. So we might even just like chuck the spod rod out with a half a tin of Spam on it and see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to keep watching the water, see if I can spot where that fish splashed, and see if it's going to do it again. Getting eaten to death by mozzies, it feels like really itchy. You know, you think they wouldn't get inside your hat. They do. Ear feels like it's been bitten. So there's millions of them, absolutely millions circling, waiting for my blood. So that'll be fun. Be itching for days after that. I don't do well with mozzie bites. It's probably something to do with my eczema or something. But they really they really swell up. If I get bitten on the arm or something, I get a big old lump like that come up. It's horrible. Was that a fish or was that a bird? Don't know. That's a bit wonky, isn't it? Let's try that. So yeah, we're gonna keep going. Hope that we get something. Who knows? It's just nice to be out. Bit peace and quiet, just chilled. Quite a good thing about filming off my phone is I don't have it as a distraction. Like, it just sits on that tripod. Not really looked at it, answered the odd message from the missus and stuff, but I find it so easy to come down, set your rods up and just flick through your phone, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, whatever your social media of choice is. Jump on eBay looking for some bargains. And then before you know it, you've sat there and you've just scrolled on your phone. You could have been at home doing that. Like, and it's something I'm consciously going to try and make an effort to do, in these videos especially, is stay off my phone and just try and be a bit more at peace. I spend all day on a screen, so being able to focus your eyes on the distance is quite nice. Doing my job, I'm in sales, and with a young family, getting fishing time is quite difficult. Like, so I'm lucky that Tommy likes come in and wants to do more of it. That gives a bit of less pressure on my other half to look after the kids as well, because when I go with Tommy, there's only my little girl at home. She's quite easy, she's pretty chill, so she wants to start coming fishing. I've said she can come with us this summer, we'll all go. She can't swim, which always makes me worry. And she's only 4, so she can be a little bit clumsy. So I don't want to really try and supervise 2 kids while fishing on my own at the moment. And it sounds terrible, but if something happened, I'd be devastated. So for me, it'd be easier if we all go as a family. We'll probably film that day, get a video of us all. I know Hawkhurst Fish Farm have like a junior pond and they supply whips and everything, but we'll probably take a rod for Tommy and use a whip for the little one and just catch a load of little fish out of there. That'll be a great day out. Do it for 3 or 4 hours, I expect, and then go home. Sun's just dropped behind the horizon. We're just sitting up at the front of the swim at the moment, just seeing if we can spot anything. Got a bit of a view down that side, but I've seen a few roach top bits and pieces like that, but nothing incredible. It's quite a pretty lake, despite the fact that it's right next to a power station and a shooting range. It's got, right, it's quite nice, which is what you want from summer fishing, really, isn't it? Like, don't need it to be. I'd love to fish like a big old like estate lake, or one of these ones that's got trees all the way round and little shallow like margin spots where you can see the fish and stuff like that. Would be amazing, but we don't really have that option. I'm sorry, just shake you around. We don't really have that option around here, or not one that I can afford to get on anyway. But it's peaceful. The go-karts have stopped. Sometimes you get woken up in the middle of the night by machine gun fire, which is interesting, or larger. Got the airport as well, so that like little private plane sort of airport. So you get like a lot of helicopters and little prop planes and stuff. I think they do run a couple of jets out there as well, but I've never really noticed them. But yeah, definitely noticed the prop planes and bits and pieces time to time. They're noisy. It's very calm today as well. Normally that surface is almost like breaking waves. So one other thing that I forgot to mention, this is actually a Cranbrook Club water. So this is on the Cadac ticket. They've got, I think it's about 6 little lakes. This is the biggest, and probably the sort of big carp, big bream, big tench water. It's one of the harder ones because of that. It's not an easy one to figure out, but the value in the club's pretty good. So you get all that, you get stretches of the river as well. Some of them, like around here, there's quite about 4 or 5 different stretches you can fish, and canal, and obviously the ponds and stuff. And I think what's about 120 quid a year, plus junior membership. So Tommy last year, because it was his first year, he's free with an adult, and then it's £10 a year for the juniors after that, up until they're 15. So like 130 quid for the 2 of us to fish for a year. You can't really complain at that. We've got plenty to go for, plenty of ponds holding lots of fish, lots of silvers, perch, carp. You got the piking down the rivers if you want to do that. I'm not a big pike fisherman, but Tommy really wants to do it. I've got a couple of friends that I can rope in to help me out with that though, so they'll show me the ropes, because I don't really know how to handle them, and I know they can be quite fragile, so I don't want to cause them any undue harm. It looks like there's a few people in for the night. There's a guy on that swim over there, and a couple on the point of left. The far end of the lake is free completely, and there's a couple over by the car park. Being a bit like me, I'm in one of the other car park swims. There's 2 little car parks here. This is the first one you come to if you park up just as you come through the gate. And sort of an educated guess at what I saw the other day, that there was fish coming down this way and in this way. So still a bit of time. Probably got another, it'll be dark in an hour. It'll be probably less than that. So we haven't got a massive amount more time, but we'll keep those fingers crossed. You can feel the temperature dropping, so I think it's quite shallow here. It seems leads hit the bottom quite quickly here, so I haven't marked it up for a while. Normally the water level is a bit lower. I think it's like a 4 or 5 foot in the summer. So it's probably 5 to 6 foot, I suppose, depending on how close into the margin you are. I'm not massively straight in on the margin. There's a telegraph pole out there that I'm aiming at. I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I show you, but I'm sort of 12 wraps out towards that pole, really, aiming into the sort of bay. There's like some reeds over there. They're just a bit awkward to hit with that tree in the way. It makes it I'm not going to cast. I could go stand down in the margin and do it, and then you've got all this behind you that makes it almost impossible to actually cast it as well. I've done well at this, and I had a hit. I come down here a little while ago, wind hacking in here. I was standing just over behind where the camera is now, and looking over the top of a bush, and I was looking, the lake was packed, all down the far end, all on the back of the wind and from the point up. And I saw probably 3 or 4 fish crash out there. So I chucked a bucket in this swim just so it was safe. And I wandered round. I had a chat with the guys on the point. They were packing up. They'd had nothing, but they said they'd been crashing in the bay for 2 days. And you sort of think, well, why haven't you cast into the bay? I had a go, and like I had to walk round, spoke to everyone, not much doing. I come down, I chucked a couple of singles out just in case people had been putting bait in or whatever. I didn't know what other people had been down here before me. And by the time the guys had finished packing up and got back to their car, I had a fish on the bank, 22-pound common, which they did photos for me, which was very nice of them. I'll see if I can find one and put it up. But yeah, I had 3, 4 fish, I think, out in that sort of 24-hour session, which was quite nice for me, considering I've now blanked on here since January. We started back up in January this year. Me and Tommy done a few days, chucked some lures around, chucked the carp rods out, and if we sort of fancied it, did a night in March that was like -2. That was grim. Didn't really leave the bivvy, to be honest. And yeah, it'd be nice to get off the mark, get the first couple of fish underway. Tommy had a tench on our session on Sunday. I don't know if you've watched our last video, but that's on there. Which he was chuffed about £5. So yeah, he's off the mark at Lid, and he was going for the tench. He loves a tench. So it was a nice reward for him for his patience, because he's been very patient. It's one thing that's really impressed me is his patience with his ability just to sit and fish. He likes to chop and change, but he understands that sometimes you just got to leave the rods out there. So yeah, really proud of him for that. So he's caught one and I haven't. And that's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? Kids always outfish us in the end. Right, we're losing the light, so it's time to pack everything up, or at least get everything packed away and tidy in the bag, ready for next time. I have got some lights with me. I've got head torches and stuff, so even if it does sort of get dark, I'm not going to be like blind, but at least if the bag's packed up, ready to go, that gives us a few more minutes that we're not wasting time. Okay, we've still got loads of water in it. I imagine that sounds like I'm having a wee. I'm not. I knew I'd done too much in that. Right. Get the drips out. Don't want you leaking everywhere in the bag. Didn't bring my tea. Forgot to bring a teacup and milk. Which was a schoolboy error, really, wasn't it? Nice, isn't it? I know it's getting a bit dark on the camera screen, but with the naked eye, it's still quite light. Got, I don't know, what do you reckon, 10 minutes before dark? Maybe. The lights have come on in the houses and the surrounding areas, so it's heading that way. It's heading that way. Right. Rubbish. That there. Oh, rat sticks, get them. Can't see them in the dark, they're just pure black. Which is annoying. Let's go get them. Don't know if you're about to see me or not, but if we do get one, we won't be recasting that rod, so they can go away. Ooh. Let's pick it back a bit. There we go. Where do we keep these? In the rod bag. This bag's brilliant. It's a discontinued one, and I only bought it recently, pretty much as new off eBay. So that's the Fox Explorer rucksack, which is basically like a carry-all that you can put on your back. It's got these dividers in it, so it stops everything falling in all around in the bag. It carries so much more than my little backpack I was using, which is what I wanted it for. Can have everything I need pretty much for any session in there, and it doesn't sort of clog, or it doesn't need to change. It just all goes in there. Pod, alarms, kettle and stove, tackle box and scales, and my weights and tech packs and stuff. So yeah, all good gear. That, really happy with it. We've got it. Wasn't too expensive. I think I paid about, I think it was up for 80, and I offered like 55 or something, being a bit cheeky, and they rejected it. And then I didn't do anything else. And then about a week later, they put like a 50% offer in. They said, oh, they'd knocked 50% off it. It came through on eBay, so I just bought it because I knew I wanted it. And yeah, love it. It's got straps you can add to the side on the webbing, which is what I put my chair through when I'm... put my chair in that when I'm packed up. So everything has a place. Everything has the same place every time as well, which I find is really important. So I don't know if you'll see this. I've got the camera like in selfie mode, but you've got places for everything. A few little zip pockets for things you want to keep safe. So I always chuck my car keys in there at the start of the session, because I'm very likely to lose those most of the time. Yeah, chair straps to the outside. Rod bag is a Signet one for the scopes. There you go, in there really nicely, 3 rods. And it also gets all my net and weigh sling and distance sticks, and the tripod the camera's on go in there. And yeah, that's kind of everything really. I don't bring much else. I've got a little bucket over there to put my bait in. Did notice that the boilies I bought are starting to lose their smell a bit, so they probably need using up. So we might have to come down and do a big hit of bait at some point. Just fish over the top of pure, like, I've probably got about 3 kilos of it left, so I might just chuck 3 kilo of bait out and sit on it. If I can get a 48-hour session in or something, see if that works. I've not been a massive boilie angler most of my life. I've fished a lot of particle. That seems to do well for me. I can talk to my brother, he runs a pub, and he should be able to get really cheap, big catering tins of sweet corn. So I'm going to tap him up for some of those at some point as well. And yeah, just probably go back to using a bit more of a particle approach. I find it gets them grub around a bit. I do like having the boilies in there as a proper food source for them, like help them grow on a bit like feeding up your pets, I suppose. But we all want them to get bigger. You can't really grow massive on particle. They will eat it and they will grow, but I feel like boilies and pellet do give a bit more nutrition for them as well, so we chuck a bit of that in the mix. We have got an animal feed shop just around the corner from us, so I can pick up particle blends and stuff really cheap. Well, not really cheap, but cheaper than... You can make a lot of kilos of particle blend out of 20 quid than you can boilies, put it that way. So we are definitely losing the night now. You can probably tell with the darkness on the screen. I'm going to give it probably 20 minutes at most. Start packing everything up. Well, packed everything up that I can pack up, apart from the rods. So rods and net, the only things left out. I always leave them on the alarms. People leave them on the deck all the time, but I don't think I'd ever hear them. They just disappear off into the lake. I'm quite happy to pack my alarms up after I've wound my rods in. It doesn't really bother me. Maybe that's because I'm not carpy enough. It's a rather ghostly little light, isn't it? Right, guys, end of the session. Had to use the old Ridge Monkey bivvy light to light me up. Unfortunately, it was a blank, but as we all know, that's generally how it goes, to be fair. We don't often catch as many fish as we'd like to tell everyone we do. Or you're all better fishermen than me, and I'll never get over it. See you next time.